Hi guys!
Hi there.
Today we want to talk about 10 things that you need to do in Canada when you come in here, or something that you need to learn if you don't
do it yet.
Yes, if you don't do them yet. So number one is you need to learn how to spell your name, and you need to do it almost every single day. It was a big shock personally for us, because every time we were calling to bank or any government organization or any other organization, they were asking, oh, can you spell your name? And it was kind of annoying, because okay, let me write my name and then I'll spell it for you. Of course, with practice it's getting very easy, and you can spell even very hard last name because we have two last names. So in any case, you need to learn how to do it, and because you would need it forever here. It's not like just coming here as a newcomer, you need to get documents or something else. That's why you need to go there and spell your name properly. No, you need to do it in the future, and more practice you'll get, it will be very easy for you in the future. The same with the address, and the same with phone number, yes, and some other moments that you might face. Let's say when you open your account in bank, or when you set up your account on some government organization, they would ask you for some security questions, and some of these security questions would be like your mother's maiden name. And every time you call them, they need to verify who you are. They will ask you some security questions like your name, date of birth, your address, some secret questions, and one of those questions, your mother's maiden name. So you need to spell it like your own name. So this is very important, and this is very interesting step that we learn when we just got here. Number two, it's a big surprise for most of the people, but prices that you see in Canada, they not reflect in HST, which is sale taxes. In Ontario, we live in Ontario, Toronto area, it's 13%. So if you see prices, let's say if something advertised for $100, technically it's not 100, it's 113. So that was a big surprise, and it's very hard to adjust, because I know that in certain countries HST already included in the price. So if you see $100, you just paying $100 and just going away. But in this case, it took a while for us to adjust to this. But
so in your mind, you have to add it all the time you see a price. You have to add it mentally that you need to pay more, like 30% more of.
Yes, and it's for almost every prices except basic food, and gas, like cars, clothing, everything you see, you need to add the 13% of top. Now it's easy when you live here. You know, you look at the price and you know what you have to pay.
Yeah, you know it by default that you.
Yes, it's already here, but when you just come in, it's kind of not easy. But you need to know about that. Number three is life in Canada, not surrounded in the big, in capital or big cities. Of course, Toronto, Vancouver, Montreal, all these big cities. We have a lot of nice subdivision outside of big cities. And why it's very important? Because majority of the people, they prefer to live in the smaller cities around the big ones, and they commute to work or to university or somewhere else, but they get in better lifestyle. So because they live on bigger properties, in the house, they prefer this lifestyle. And technically they build new plazas, new restaurants, new shops, new daycares, everything, new community centers outside of big cities, which is very nice, because living even 100 kilometers from Toronto, you can get exactly the same that you can get in downtown. So this is a little bit different, because I know that some of the countries, they like main lifestyle and main life, it's around like capital or big cities. Here it's a little bit different. So
even for businesses, like lots of companies, they have headquarters not in downtown Toronto. They have headquarters, let's say, in Markham, which is like also big city, but it's a kind of
outside
like satellite city of Toronto. And they, like, let's say Google, they have their headquarters here in Canada in I believe it's Waterloo, or BlackBerry, you know, BlackBerry, big company here in Canada, they also have their headquarters in Waterloo. So it's like, I think it's like about 100 kilometers from west from Toronto. You can live there and you can work there. You don't have to go to Toronto, but like just for some fun, like for baseball game or hockey game or something.
So number 4, you need to learn how to use Canada Post and regular mail. Not like learn, of course you have to trust them, because I know that some countries they don't have such a nice system of mailing, especially if it's government mailing organization. But here government will communicate with you through regular mail. They will send you mails and some documents, even checks. And working in real estate industry, and especially I work with deals, with money, with closing deals and all that stuff. And for like about 7 years we send checks through regular mail. Sometimes we order courier to speed it up, that's it. But it's not getting lost, it's very protected. And of course we have different levels how you can mail through Canada Post. So you can just send regular mail, like it costs about 85 cents to $1 in Canada, depending on size. And you can of course pay a little bit extra to get tracking number and to get someone to sign that they received it. But majority of the people here, they send everything through regular mail. Doesn't matter if you're applying for something with government, or if you sending even like anything like package with original documents, and even if you send in application for citizenship or something like that, you can do it through regular mail and it will be safe.
For this purpose you have to remember that you need like have your
valid address
all the time in order
everywhere.
In every government organization, especially government organizations, because again they communicate with you through mail, and all documents that you need you will receive through mail. They're not gonna ask you to come to them in like really rare cases, but mostly you will be getting it through mail, all instructions, all documents, or like your PR card or driver license card,
or invitation for citizenship.
Anything they communicate through mail. So it's really important to have valid mail address where you really live and you can receive the
and every time you're moving out, you need to update this information like everywhere, not just in your driver license and OHIP, which is health card. You need to change your address like everywhere, in your every bank that you have, like everywhere. And we have we're going to leave a link
with checklist.
With checklist where you can check where exactly you need to change address, because it's very important. If you don't have your updated address, again, they might send something important for you and you won't get it. And it's actually your responsibility, not theirs. So next one is in Canada, everyone and everything is planning ahead, and it's like not like 1 month or 1 week, it's like long time ahead. Let's say every year around Canada Day, which is July 1st, we go, it's a long weekend in Canada, so we have 1 extra day of work and we can just spend with families and friends. So every year we go camping, but in order to go there we need to book it in January, because sometimes in February is already too late to book it. So 6 months ahead you need to book it. And it's not about vacation. Of course you need to book in advance all your vacations, and I know some Canadians who book their vacations already for 2019, which we have May 2018 yet. So this is common practice for them. But actually this point is very important for every aspect of your life, not just vacation or like fun related. If you're planning to buy a house in the future, if you're planning to go to university, if you're planning to go somewhere else,
if you're planning to change your career,
yes,
to do some like business or anything,
yes, they plan it in advance, and they take it very seriously actually. So if you want to buy a house, you need to build your credit history, you need to make sure your credit score is okay, you
don't have a lot of debts now.
Yeah, you need to get rid of all debts that you have, or like most of them, yes. So you need to make some little steps so the process in the future will be easier for you. So next one, we want to talk about phone numbers. This is, again, remember we told you that you need to spell your name, so the same with the phone numbers. But the main part, you can keep your phone number forever, which is
if you change your
provider, like even if you use Bell right now but you want to switch for Rogers or something else, you can keep your number, which is great, because I didn't see the system before, like in our back home country we didn't have it, because phone number was attached to the provider, so if you change it you lose in your phone number. But here, let's say we keep our phone numbers for more than 7 years already, and even sometimes, let's say you forgot your membership number or whatever, you can give them your phone number and they can pull out all information. So it's very important for you to take it seriously, and every time you want to pick your number, make sure it's very easy for you to pronounce it, because every time you need to give it and leave it to everyone else. And it's not like, oh, I don't remember my number, I'm not calling myself. No, you need to know your number very well, the same as you know and can spell your name. Exactly.
If you call into the bank, let's say, they will ask you what's your phone number, and by your phone number they can find you, they can find your file, and they can find the information about you.
Yes.
So it's really,
so your phone number, the same as your address, they are very important here, and you better take it seriously and pick the one that you like.
And try to stick with the same number
for longest period of time. So next one I want to talk about, some people, when they get an information, they trying to ask friends and got some information from forums or websites or something else. In Canada it works differently. We have official websites with very, very important and valuable information. And clear information. So if you're looking for something, if you have any questions, if you don't know what to do, what's your next step, just go to official Canadian websites, government websites.
I would say start with them.
Yes.
Government websites, because mostly they have all answers that you would need. If you can't find answer there, then again you can go somewhere else. You can ask your friends. But you remember that everything basic you need to know about Canada, about life in Canada, it's there. So and there's like valid information. There's nothing like tricky or nothing hidden.
Yes, if it says that, it means that. And actually they also have contact us forms, so you can always go there and ask them some questions. You can email them and they will be happy to help you. The same relating to immigration. If you're trying to immigrate here, if you're looking for some information, don't try to find like regular people and don't rely on them. Just go to official website, which is cic.gc.ca. Link will be over there, and just search there, look for information. This is the main source of information that every consultant and every immigration lawyer will, like whatever you call them, use. because this is like main information. They can help you with different details, but main information is there, so you can always check yourself.
The only thing that those lawyers, or how you call them, those helpers, they can helping you to get to Canada. They can say that you can improve something in your life, and then you can get the points to get to Canada. But they can't show you hidden ways to get to Canada. There's no such hidden ways. It's straightforward. Everything's there. Every information you need is there.
So next one, which was very, very stressful for me personally, it's a voicemail. Voicemail in Canada, it's must have. Yes, every time you get in like phone number or plan or whatever, how you call it, like when you go to some providers, make sure voicemail is included in plan that you pay in. It's very important.
And it's better to pay a little bit more, but get this service, because otherwise you can lose like business, you can lose a job offer or lots of things.
Yes, because it's common practice here to leave voicemail. And again, practice to leave voicemail by yourself. Make sure that every time you call somewhere and they, oh, please leave your voicemail, you need to know, and you need to say your name, day and time when you call in, reason why you call in, and then
leave your phone number
and your phone number or any other way how they can contact you, and make sure you can pick up phone. And because some government organization, they call you from like unknown number, so you don't see numbers, so you can't call them back. But if you do have voicemail, they will leave you voicemail and they can leave you phone number, so you can call them back. So make sure you leave them all valid information and spell it clear, slow and properly, and better to spell. So if you call them and say, hi, my name is Nata, it's N-A-T-A, but better to say N as a Nancy, A as an apple, T as a Tom, A as an apple.
Be a little bit longer.
Yes, it's a little bit longer, but at least they will get proper information and they can find your file, or like they can find why you call in and how you call in, and they will name you properly. And again, at the very end, you can repeat your name again and phone number. So you can start with your name and phone number and date when you call in, then reason, and then again repeat your phone number and name in case if person didn't hear it first time or missed it. Of course, you can replay again this message, but it's better to repeat. That's usually how people leave messages. But again, that was very stressful. Personally, for me, I was shaking.
I was always hanging up, like please leave your message.
And
like, no.
Oh my gosh,
there's
what
no
should
way
I
I'm
say?
gonna leave a message.
But again, the more you do, the easier it will be for you, and then it's going to be like you talking to someone else. And oh, hi. Of course, it should be. There are some difference between when you call into your friend and leave a message, or when you call into any organization. So
make it official for like any organization, for like if you call in for a job interview or something, make it official. Like Nata said, just your name, reason of you when you call, why you calling, and your phone number. Repeat your phone number, and that's it.
Yeah, and some information. So next point, what we want to mention, it's a small talk. Of course, you can Google it. You can. I don't know, you can find a lot of videos and information about small talks, but again, this is common practice in Canada. And don't be afraid that people asking how was your weekend,
suddenly
or
in the line or somewhere.
Yeah, in grocery store or somewhere else.
Yeah, they're gonna ask you, oh, how are you? How was your day? And and start talking about weather or something. Don't be afraid. It's just like it is common practice here.
It's
small talk.
I see that people, like newcomers who's coming here, they acting a little bit different. They more close, and they just like, why are they talking to me? What they want from me? They just very nice, and they can make some compliment to you or to your kids, or they can mention something nice. So all you have to do is say thank you and how are you today, and
it's nice weather outside. Or something like that. Just like few words, few like sentence, and that's it. That's usually how
even if your English is not good, don't be afraid and say them, I'm new in Canada or something like that. Be open, talk to people. So next one, we would call it shop around.
Yeah, it is shop around.
It is shop around, yes.
That's what you have to do all the time, constantly here in Canada.
Yes.
When you trying to buy something, car, new TV, if you wanna get some services like plumbing,
Insurance.
or you're looking for insurance, car insurance, home insurance, everything you're looking for, try to buy service or product, always shop around. Always ask about discounts. There's like lots of opportunities to get discounts, but if you're not asking, you're not getting.
Yeah.
So it's really
Sometimes
important.
there are two ways you need to know. First way, if you call into different companies and getting different quotes. So in this case, you can pick the best one. And you can also say, you know, these guys, they offer me something cheaper. So trust me, almost all of them will match the same price. Or another way, if you're already happy with some company and you're getting some services from them, or if you customer for a certain period of time, you can always ask, what can you do for me? I hope this was very helpful for you. And again, if you have any questions, you can always ask.
Yeah, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Yeah, recommend to your friends who want to live in Canada, who is looking to immigrate to Canada. And yeah, and again,
And we'll be happy to make new videos for you.
all right.
Bye, guys.
Bye.